What's up, guys? Welcome back to some Teppen, aka now it's time for some Wesker. And I'm already telling you guys, I'm kind of disappointed with the way Wesker did kind of turn out. Like, don't get me wrong, he is good, he is great, but I've been playing like the ladder a lot, and I don't even see him anymore, and there's reasons why, and we're gonna go over that. So we're gonna go see his 3 moves. Dark Destruction destroys a 5 MP or less enemy unit. Ouroboros summons the highest MP unit in your graveyard, which is good. And Bringer of Nightmares, which is legit revenge swarming, which is awesome. I actually misplayed it in one match, and we're just going to show you that mishap, because you got to watch it. You got to make sure you're killing your units. But that still doesn't help Wesker be good at all, so we're going to show you guys some of that and the struggle he goes through. So, Wesker is an interesting character. Honestly, like, I think he might be, maybe, he's a fun deck master. I just think he needs more improvement with his black deck. I mean, the revenge cards are good. Don't get me wrong, the revenge are good. But when it comes to, like, units with flying, revenge units with flying, it's kind of like, it's kind of hard to use. Because we have Tyrant, he destroys all units with 1 attack or less. But when you draw him again, he gains 8 HP, which is good. That's what you really want for the deck. That's the reason why I liked freaking Wesker for that, because he is a revenge unit type of character. And how revenge work is, when the unit dies, it goes back to the deck, and when you draw it again, it gets the boost it's supposed to have. So pretty much, Tyrant goes from 1 HP to 9 HP, so he does become a big unit that only costs 2. So I summon Tyrant. We're trying to keep it real here. I mean, once Tyrant get hit, you already know what's going to happen. We're going to kill that guy regardless, so it's like a 1v1. Devil Joe actually doing good. This is actually a good black unit card, but every time it defeats something, it goes down in power, which isn't too bad, honestly. He's still a big unit, and I built up a lot of energy because of it. Devil Joe counterattack. Boom. That's why I really like Devil Joe. So we're going to use Ouroboros. I mean, not Ouroboros, Destruction. Kills a Dark Destruction, destroys a 5 MP or less. I think this ability is good and bad at the same time, because we have Ryu doing 7 damage to a unit. We have freaking Morgan killing units automatically with Halt. But when it comes to Wesker, he can only destroy a freaking level 5 or less MP cost unit, which, in my opinion, really sucks. Like, honestly, it feels like that ability is just like nothing. Like, I don't know, I don't even know what to expect with this ability. I wish it targeted maybe a 7 MP. 8s I'll let slide, but I feel like 5 MP is like not enough to sometimes counter some good units, especially for an 18, I don't know, I just feel like this Deckmaster really could use some work. Maybe 6 MP, 7, just one of those numbers, increase it, because 5 MP, people barely use the 5. Sometimes they go for the 6 a lot. That's what happens most of the time. So we got freaking Tyrant. He's at his 9 HP. Like I said, he's a great unit. You draw him again, he becomes a 2 cost. So we summon another time. So we're going to Tyrant this game up. Yeah, that seal doesn't work because the revenge ability already worked, and it only works once per card that returns to the deck. So it's not busted. It's not like you keep recycling your characters. They only get recycled once. So it's good to finally understand the revenge ability. I was having a hard time understanding it. So we're getting hit by these near Naganti spikes. It's happening. It's like driving me nuts. But I'm not going to let him get me. He's doing like 18 life. I could not afford this. So I destroyed another flight unit. Dark Destruction is very helpful in situations like this, because these fly units are a pain. They do cost 3, so yes, that's useful, but you never know when they're going to summon something big. Look, I even drew the Legendary Eater near Gigante. I actually drew his Legendary card. I just never summoned it. He pretty much drews 10 cards. He gains +5 and +10, so he's a 5/11, which is but I guess it's not too bad in case you wanted to kill your opponent. So he surrendered, and that was Dark Destruction. It was actually pretty good. So on to the next one. This next ability is Ouroboros. This one advises your highest MP unit. It does come in handy. But I drew Bison, my highest MP unit, and you're not supposed to draw Bison turn 1, or you legit already lost the flow of the deck a little bit. Yes, you're going to have to wait a little bit just to summon him because he is a 10. It is pretty dang pricey for this unit. But when he dies, he gives an MP 5 cost or less in your graveyard +2/+2 and returns into the EX pocket, which is nice, but it doesn't really help most of the time. So he's already doing some charging. He's already doing the sneak attack. I take that. That's fine. Summon Bison. And obviously, fighting Ryu users, you already know what's going to happen. That and one more thing. Yeah, that. So it's like I could barely keep my unit afloat because of this. It's like ridiculous. Not much I could have done. I really didn't feel like killing him for the 7 HP. Didn't want to waste it when I have only like a 2 HP loss. So we go for the Tyrant, I think. Yep, because Tyrant's going to defend us for an attack. That way we can recycle him. Gathering Souls lets you draw the Revenge unit that's active in your deck and turns it into the EX pocket, so in case you draw it. So you don't waste a draw on your draw phase when you play a card, which is good. So I was like building energy, trying to get Devil Joe. It was tough enough, but we used Revenge, this Gathering Souls card, try to get our unit up to speed here, and we got our Tyrant, which is good. We wanted to stop that as much as possible, but then he summoned the Rathalos, and I was already in a bad situation. He had Shinku Hadouken. Yeah, it was already game over. So I tried to at least have Just Desserts ready, but it was legit impossible just to keep it alive. It really was. So pretty much, I couldn't hit that last 24, which kind of killed it. He's summoning guys. He's swarming the field with some guys. He's swarming the field with guys. Obviously, Ouroboros is a nice animation. Bring back freaking Bison. Bison was brought back to the wrong area. Rather, he killed that than anything. So Rathalos doing his thing. Like, I can't do much. I summon the dog. Cerberus, wrong area. I probably could have summoned where Guy was. But again, I was taking like 3 damage regardless. I really couldn't do much. I really couldn't. I was going for revenge. I was trying to kill units. It was not easy. And if I took a gamble, it wasn't going to work out. I honestly, right there, I should misplayed. I should have just went for this, the Just Desserts, and just called it quits. And if it hit Rathalos, it hit Rathalos. But yeah, that was not in Wesker's favor. Wesker definitely has a problem in the meta because right now what I'm seeing on the ladder is like green, like the dual build decks with Near Gigante, Rathalos, Ryu doing burn damage. Wesker just doesn't feel top tier, and I understand why people aren't using him as much because his deckmaster abilities, they're just eh. They're just eh. So right now we have Bringers of Nightmare, and that lets you get an active EX unit. So it's pretty much Gathering Souls, but it's a deckmaster ability, so you don't waste 2 energy to actually use the card. My thing with this is I just wish Wesker's deckmaster abilities could have been better. I mean, maybe I would actually use Dark Destruction more if it did more than just a 5 EP cost unit destruction. If it was a 7 cost, I would have ran that. That would make Wesker actually good. Because 7's a big number. 7 covers most of the game, which you need. And Wesker actually needs that even when he's using revenge units. Because revenge units aren't going to be enough sometimes. Because I can swarm the field as much as I want. I don't think I'm going to hit it. So he's got freaking, using Denji Reki. So obviously he's increasing damage on his cards. Jeddah is supposed to be the better unit of Seth, the 6 cost. Seth is kind of like there just to replace Jeddah until you get more Jeddahs from your booster packs. So he hits me with that Fei Long card. I'm just like, Chainfire. You know what? I reply with some Just Desserts because I'd rather just kill us both. That way he doesn't keep a unit alive. Might as well kill what's in front of me. So I'm pretty good. And Bringer of Nightmares actually, I guess, for now is one of my top favorite Wesker abilities because it does let you get your revenge units faster. But it's always going to be random. You don't get to decide. It's always going to be random or whoever's on top of the deck. Whatever active revenge unit is on top of the cards. So I got Sodom. Sodom's actually pretty damn good. Honestly, he is. He's like your, I guess, the tank for the Wesker build because he goes up to 12 HP on revenge. And that 12 HP does go a long way. Like we said, remember the Xeon Javi from Morgan's video? Yeah, that kind of helps your character out like a crap ton. And that's what you kind of want to go for a lot. So he's already like trying to hit me. He's trying to hit me with 8 piercing damage. I legit said no to that, sir. I was not going to afford that 8 damage. So I went for the just desserts. I didn't even feel like taking 7 damage. See how like Ryu is legit a burn damage deck. He can burn you with like certain action cards and you get screwed. Dang, dual dragon Hado. He got it. Dang, units +3. Alright, activate my bringer. Get my revenge card that I just lost. There we go. Or revenge that died recently. Vile's good. I mean, he comes with 4/8, which is amazing. That's actually a pretty good revenge. 4/8's pretty good. Especially when like Tyrant gets like 4/9. It's like almost exactly the same thing. What I like about the zombie is he does give you +1 MP, so that does help you in the long run to summon extra units when necessary. So I do like that. I mean, this is like Wesker's only ability, but everyone else's abilities seem to over like cast what Wesker has. And Wesker's legendary is just awkward because legit Wesker's legendary is depending on how much HP you have, that's how long the unit can live. So legit, if you don't have at least like 10 HP, if you're not at 10 HP, you can't summon the unit. Legit, that Wesker unit legit keeps dying depending on the HP difference. I feel like that can get retuned because I feel like that shouldn't even be a legendary. That feels more like an epic for what the payout is for that card. Because I think it's legit impossible to survive by 1 HP, summon Wesker, and he's got like 15 attack, 15 defense on summon. It's not easy. See, I already drew my server, the zombie again. So zombie goes up to 5, so he is a damage beater, which is good. Summon the servers. I got Vile here. He does minus my MP by 2, but it's still a good unit because he's a 3/7. You try to get good unit shields like that. See, you try to freaking blow up my units, but that wasn't going to help him, which we did good with. So we drew the zombie, and all this is like the zombie secret rare. And that pretty much gives you some good oomph power. By oomph, I mean that good MP +1, because you never know when you need an extra. It really does help. So we're going to kill the Cerberus just to make room for Seth. Because, you know, once Seth dies, he becomes a freaking Tyrant unit, but he does 5. He does kill Vile, though. He did. He killed me with that 8 damage. I took the 6 piercing. And you know what? It's fine. Because, again, I gained that 1 MP. Did I gain the 1 MP? Oh, not yet. Summon Tyrant. You're like, we're already got like a good unit. Like, there are good units in black. It's just like your opponent, you legit either be swarming your opponent game 1, or you're taking all this hit for like nothing. Yeah, that Ryu was not gonna have it today. You can't kill Tyrant like that either. So he did kill it though. That was a lot. He did 6 action damage, but he still lost the Ryu in the end. So activate Revenge, Bringer of Darkness, get another unit. Even if it's the Cerberus, it only costs 1, and it's a 3/7/1. That's like crazy. That's like summoning like those cats and giving it an attack boost, which is kind of funny. So I took that. I wasn't going to give in to his needs. I'm just going to keep this up, not even play a spell card. No point, because if I do, then he has more of a time to counterattack and build energy from it. So we just let the zombies do their thing. I'm going to show you one more match, because I'm going to be honest with you, I lost so much, and I'm going to show you my last loss. And to show you I made a mistake with the revenge thing. So you got to watch it and make sure some unit went back to the deck after destruction, because you have to pay attention when playing Wesker too. He's not all willy like Nilly. I didn't hit any revenge unit. That makes so much more sense now. So like I said, Green Rathlos. This is a tricky deck. Just Desserts like my only counterattack against this. Just to destroy a unit or so. These felines do get pretty strong. Not going to lie, because of what the red-green deck provides, and that's attack. So it's like a free 3-cost attacker, 3/6. And you're gaining 20 MP every time. So you're legit building up damage, energy, and all that nonsense. I took this 3. I had no choice. My original game plan was to try to get Dynamo out as fast as possible, but I legit couldn't hit it in time, so it didn't help at all. Hey. So right now, trying to get the Cerberus to die here. That way I can just recycle him. So he gives that unit a +5. I do counter with just desserts because I'm like, no, I'd rather kill it. But again, I don't even think that was enough. Green Herbs did give him a +1 art charge. So again, that does kind of help him out in the long run. And that's the thing about the green-red Rathalos build. You just have a lot to work with. And Rathalos just gives more attack to those types of units. It's not even an agility. It's when you have flight and you don't have any counter flight units. And that's the other thing. I think in the future they might make revenge flight units. I want them to, because then I think that will bring Wesker to a pretty good tier. Revenge flight units would be pretty dope, honestly. Because right now there's no such thing as a revenge flight unit yet. And that just sucks. Honestly, it could have been better. It really could have. So he green earned me. That's fine. I tried to trim the hedges, but then he did that high cocky again. It's like so good. I really couldn't do much. I just didn't have it in me. Like, seriously. So I'm already near death. I misplayed really hard on this next one. I try to use my Bringer of Nightmares way too fast without thinking that there was a unit there. So definitely watch it, guys. Don't make the mistakes I did with Wesker. Definitely make sure you lose a revenge unit first before activating. I was just trying to rush it, and then I thought I killed a unit, but I didn't. And that does get confusing. So he's trying to give his guy more HP. I'm like, just desserts. Can you give me a little hand here? And it worked. It worked, but in the end, he was still able to build the last 17. So depending on speed, this deck doesn't really have it. Good speed advantage to counter your opponent's swarm and damage buffs. It's tough because they have to die for you to redraw them, and that does become an issue for Wesker. It's not easy. Wesker is definitely a tricky character to learn and play and understand, because if you don't, then it's really hard. This is like a hard leader, I'm not gonna lie. But right now, seeing what I fight on the ladder with his Rathalos, it's like I can't really do much here. As you can see, everything was a big loss with a couple wins in between. Wesker is a hard deck, I'm not gonna lie. He's not easy to play. He's very tricky. So if you do pick him up, try to make a better build than I did. I gave it all the best revenge units I had. It's just that he can't swarm the field like most people, and it just kind of sucks. You know, he doesn't have really good destruction effects, and I just wish Wesker could have been better. Honestly, if they do get freaking Dark Destruction up to 7 MP or less, Wesker could be top tier. Not top tier, but at least get up there to being played more. Thanks for watching, guys. Be good, stay safe. I'll see you all another time.